Hey, good morning, it's Dr. James. I hope this message finds you happy, thriving, and well. And you're going, James, where the heck are you? I'm in my production area, and because I'm getting ready to do a whole bunch of videos for a program I'm working on, but I'm also preparing for a presentation I'm doing up in Canada next weekend, and I'm super psyched about it. But I really wanted to get your feedback because I wanted to hear what you thought about this idea before I actually bring it out in the world, because I think you, like no one, are gonna get this. And it's really all about microdosing. You've probably heard about microdosing. It's hugely popular these days, especially in the entrepreneurial circles up in Silicon Valley, in New York, in the financial world. I mean, people are now microdosing things like LSD, they're microdosing mushrooms and psilocybin. And you know what? It's got a lot of great science. It's helped people with deep trauma and deep depression, and it's also helped people with creativity and all kinds of things, and which is really awesome. And I'm not here to judge whether or not that's right or wrong, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different. My presentation is called Microdosing the Divine. What do you think of that? Microdosing the Divine. And I got this idea because of you. It's like, what do we do every single morning? We're microdosing the light. We're microdosing vulnerability. We're microdosing truth and love and honesty and integrity. We're microdosing the divine. That's what we're doing here. We're getting little opportunities to connect at a deeply spiritual level about why it is that each and every day we decide to get up for something bigger than ourselves. We do our very best to dissolve our ego to zero, or just have just enough ego so it gets us up and helps us feel confident moving forward. And then we realize that microdosing the divine is all about serving our gifts and our talents and bringing them out in the world. Why? Because that's why we are here. Aristotle had a word, eudaimonia, which was simply this: noble purpose is the way of the greatest human being. Living with noble purpose. Which is really interesting because as you dig into the research on microdosing LSD and psilocybin, a lot of what it does to our brain, it goes to the part of our brain that really kind of suppresses or almost dissolves our sense of self. So we're totally free to be who we really are. And we're finding that when we're free to be who we really are, we tend to be very happy. We tend to be creative. We tend to forgive ourselves. We don't carry baggage. And we access parts of ourselves when we're microdosing those substances to kind of access the truth of who we are. But I believe so strongly what's complementary medicine to that, and probably a little bit more sustainable if that's not your path. My path is meditation, and my path is love, and my path is really experimenting with how I can get up every morning and live with eudaimonia. And I know the power and the science behind psilocybin and LSD and other things, but I'm also seeing very similar science on how it is that the dissolving of the ego through serving of our higher expression, literally living with eudaimonia, can also be very powerful. So that's my title. That's what I'm going to be doing for a group of amazing human beings from all over the world. Literally, I think 40 countries, 300 people. And the goal is to microdose the divine. And where'd the idea come from? It came from you. It came from our time together over this last 4+ years. And I do believe so strongly, whatever your path, whatever your decision is, and whatever your goal is with microdosing, never ever forget the power of how each and every day we get a chance to do little pollination opportunities of dropping love and light and joy and purpose and compassion and empathy and inclusivity on every human being we see. But as we remove the ego, I think we start to understand that we are one with all. And that to me is the ultimate microdose. All of us together as one. One human grace. So with that, much love, every blessing, microdosing the divine with you. Peace.